walking. I don't know if you guys cheated on the July 4th weekend as well. If you did, put a comment in there. Welcome to my station. If you're here for the first time, make sure you hit subscribe, the notification bell. And if you're revisiting, make sure you say something. That way you never miss me going live each and every day, and come walk with me wherever you're on the world. Let's keep it moving. My name's Steve Klein. I had some health issues a few years back. I took Advil, vomited blood, went through me in 2 different ways, almost died actually, ended up in the hospital. And they told me they didn't know if I had cancer or an ulcer. They told me I better get on Nexium, otherwise I would. I listened to them for 10 years with side effects, bone loss, and crazy stuff. Good news is I'm off it. I got onto a high-impact ginger turmeric and muscadine regimen with some naturopaths, and this is my wellness quest. And I say, come walk with me, and what's your wellness quest, and what would you like to work on? Let's do this together. So I hope this inspires you to take your health seriously. Nothing's perfect, right? Like I cheated on July 4th weekend. I try to keep a ketogenic diet, mostly. Although last night I had my wellness challenge call, which we do once a week, and anybody here is welcome to join it. It's complimentary. You can see we had the replay aired today, so it's on the station, and everybody's working on different things. Well, last night we had a PowerPoint presentation I did for different diets, and I do the dieting really for health reasons. Like the new, when I talk about keto, it's because I almost died, and I understand how I feel after having really bad acid reflux, how I feel when I'm on keto, when I'm not on keto. It's a big difference. However, sometimes the body needs a shake up, and that's what we were speaking about. And just like I cheated, okay, things happen. So there's the egg diet, there's the cabbage soup diet, there's, different ones, intermediate fasting, of course, and paleo as well. And sometimes, like I said, you got to change some things up, or you just want to juice. And juicing, yeah, there's sugar in it, but sometimes you want to do that. And of course, always consult a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I do work with some naturopaths, and it's always good to keep things moving and think for yourself. It's funny, I have a friend who I grew up with. She's also involved with me. Her name is Melanie. She's in Vegas. Big shout out to Melanie. She was sending me something today from Dr. Burke, who I do like. I don't agree with everything he says, though. There's a few things that he says that are not right. So everybody needs to have critical thinking and to check on everything that everybody's saying and telling them, right? So, and do your own due diligence. And like I said, if a doctor tells you something, get another opinion, because they don't know everything. They're not God. They want to prescribe medicine like it's freaking candy. Like what happened to me, 10 years on Nexium almost killed me as well. I went to the dentist and had x-rays, and they said, you have a lot of bone loss for your age, and that freaked me out. I was like, I got to get off this crap. And I don't even think today they have you on that for 10 years. Hello there, hello. This station is for adults only, just so you know. And people that are working on their wellness quest. If you are, and this is speaking to you, then join me and come walk me around the world. And I'd like to know where you're from. I'm in Boston right now. It is in the evening. It's cooled out here after our big heat wave we had. Thank God. And we all kind of put a few things to the side during this heat wave. It was really hard to do anything. We all felt tired. I feel like I had to catch up on sleep or something. It was that bad. So I'm really enjoying this weather right now. And after cheating off of keto this weekend on July 4th, I'm back on track. I'm back on keto. I'm not giving up. How about you? Are you giving up? Right? And that's called not perfection, but keeping it moving. I've been talking about that for a couple days. And what you can do to keep everything moving. Hello there, hello. I can't read that. Hold on a second, I just stopped. Hello, Mr. Cookie, and I don't know how to say something TV. Chick TV? I don't know, but welcome. I don't know what your name is, but anyway, I'm a Steve, just so you know, and nice to meet everybody. So I hope that this inspires you to walk anywhere you are in the world. And I've walked in all different places. I'm on my track right now in my town. They had this shut down for July 4th. I was walking around it, different places. You got to do what you got to do. But it's an active track. You can see the people are playing ball over here right now. You can see there's a few people walking. It's evening. And of course the lights are on out here, which is nice. But you can walk anywhere. You can walk on the street, the sidewalk. You can walk in the parking lots. I've walked at the laundromat parking lot. I've walked at the airport. I've walked in Vegas when I go there, and I'll be back there in a couple weeks. So wherever you're in the world, get your body moving a little bit. And just that alone has some serious benefits to your wellness quest, okay? Whatever you want to do. But, from better sleep to mental clarity, whatever it is. But anyway, what does it say? You can say other way, okay? I'm not sure. I'm sure you can. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Where are you from? So anyway, with that said, are you working on being back on track? And are you watching your health quest and double checking what information's out there, right? That's what I say. I was talking to another team member, Melissa. I talked about this the other day, and she spoke with a naturopath. They gave her some other misinformation, but she's a critical thinker like I am, and got to the bottom of some stuff. And we talked about some blood flow things, okay? And of course, I take the muscadine seed oil every day, which gives you blood flow. But we were talking about niacin, and when you have a niacin flush, I've had that before, and that's also good, is what this person was saying. And again, just trying to have some critical thinking. I do believe it's good for certain things because it does create blood flow. When you have blood flow, you can repair things when you have absorption, okay? And a lot of our food is not being absorbed because of the bad medications we've been on, like I was on, some side effects to vaccinations. Sometimes you have to take them, I get it. Some bad food, okay, that we're eating due to after the Industrial Revolution, the cows eating grains, are supposed to eat that, and the GMOs that really screwed us all up, and we're all dealing with that. So these things have effects to you, and you have to think clearly. And why are people trying to sell to you gut health, gut health, gut health? Yeah, gut health is definitely in, but they have these concoctions. And the best gut health and digestion is high impact, like no other, ginger, turmeric, and muscadine. I mean, look it up. It's been around for 2,000 years. Okay, but it's not all the same. That is true. But why get something lab made? That's crazy. You want the best, purest thing that helps you with hard tissue, soft tissue, sugar, and digestion. You see, if the body has the right nutrients and it gets inflammation down, gets the digestion moving, gets blood flow moving, and it starts absorbing what you're eating, you can repair things, many things. And like I said, nothing's perfect. Every day is not perfect. Good. God knows the air we're breathing is not perfect, right? So what are you going to do about it? We all have to try to do better. And just the little thing of making the decision to walk, as I always talk about, does that as well. So I've been on this talk about changing up your diet. And again, some people say, well, you can lose weight quickly with it. Well, that's true. And that may not be good, but it is good because you're cleansing yourself, right? We all know we level off and weight can go up and down, but it's a long-term thinking of not just the weight loss of being like a crazy diet. It's you are what you eat from your head to your feet. It's an everyday thing of looking at it. I rarely cheat off of the sugar and carbs. I did for a couple days, but I'm right back on it really strictly. So that's what I'm talking about. Some people just keep cheating, right? And they're not being accountable to themselves, and they're not really following things. Yes, we all start off, if you're trying to do keto a little bit, what they call dirty keto, right? Or not all understanding the carb situation. And again, you ease into it as you get better, sure. But once you understand more, get more strict with it for sure, and track it. And if if weight's not moving, okay, you're doing something wrong. You got to either change it up your diet for a minute, either do the egg diet with choline or intermediate fast, but work with your doctor, right? And I started taking that stuff with the niacin again today. I hadn't taken it in a while because after talking to Melissa, I'm like, I gotta take that. It has B vitamins in it as well. It's called Reju Plus. It also gives you energy. It also helps you with weight loss. So, and it's all natural. So that's the way I choose to roll. But choline in the eggs, as I've been saying, they say, this is what they say, soft-boiled eggs for a day, nothing else. It's like natural Ozempic is what they say. But of course, I take high-impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine, so it absorbs that. So that way I'm cleaning my gut up. So that choline that they talk about, I also take it in supplement form, actually starts working to get rid of that stubborn fat, fatty liver, that kind of thing, right? So what's going on over here? Let's see. Your name is Christopher. Hello, Christopher. And this is for adults only 18 and above. But welcome, everybody. And my avatar is about people working on their health. And I appreciate you all. And if you are, I do want to hear from you. And if this inspires you to start walking and start your own YouTube station, I would love to hear that. And again, what I love about this, and if you're thinking about it as well, is that whatever time of day I come on, you guys are here. There's new people, old people visiting. And it's amazing because what a great tool, right? That way you don't have to walk alone. You can come walk with me, right? And we can motivate each other, keep each other accountable. How cool is that? Okay, it's always good to do that. And with that said, we're human, so we all have ups and downs, right? And sometimes there's days like I cheated over July 4th. I admitted it. So Friday night, I had some non-keto frozen yogurt ice cream. It was really good. It was really hot here, and I was done with the heat. I needed something to cool me off. I said, I don't care. But I did wake up with a headache because I hadn't had sugar. And then on July 4th, I went out with a friend, and I had baked stuffed shrimp. I said, I want to have something for July 4th. And I did. Not that, not too bready, obviously, but it was definitely a cheat. I definitely felt it. Not a bad cheat, but a cheat enough because my system's not used to it. So it was a shock to my system, right? For sure. But I wanted to have something for that time. So I did, okay? But I'm back on track. I'm not giving up. And how about you? Can you relate to that? Are you human with stuff? Are you trying to do a little bit better and educate yourself about your body? Are you trying to a little bit? And that's what it takes. And I'm constantly researching. I'm constantly going to pubmed.gov. And people are all sending me stuff from different people. There's so much fake news out there, so much fake news and fake information. And a lot of these people that are on YouTube, they're all pushing something, right? Doctors are pushing something. I get it. Look, I don't mind making money either, but I don't want to push something that I don't believe in, right? I don't want to do that. My allergies are killing me. Because why? It's bad karma. I don't want to do that. I almost died. So, like, I buy choline. I buy it on Amazon. I'll tell you where I buy it. I don't make money by telling you that. I just want to tell you the truth. But choline's also in eggs. But I will tell you, when I discovered this ginger, turmeric, and muscadine, this is true. It's like no other. That's why I'm on it. And that's why I recommend it. Okay? So it's life-changing, and it saved my life. So if you almost had a near-death experience like I did, and you started vomiting blood, a lot of blood, and going through you number 2 at the same time, I think you'd wake up and be thankful as well. And I was. Then when COVID hit, okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't get COVID. And I know that it boosts your immune. I was taking extra. I was taking silver up the nose, drinking it, whatever. I didn't get COVID during COVID. One time, a few years after COVID, I didn't supplement. I wasn't sleeping, and I caught COVID, although I nipped it in the butt. Okay, it wasn't fun, of course, but every time I don't take my stuff, that's when I seem to get sick. I have allergies for sure, and that's a digestive issue. And because we have pollen issues here, so ginger helps with that as well, high impact. That's a digestive issue, like I said, but the silver does too. So I'm always watching. And when I eat wrong, I can feel that too. So it affects me because in natural healing, what I learned from these naturopathic doctors is that what's going on the inside It's what's happening on the outside, and that's how you read it. Okay, so the questionnaire that I fill out, that's called a wellness survey, it kind of tracks that. And once I learned from these people how to fill it out, I could kind of assess myself. Like, it makes you more aware of paying attention to your health. Like, if you eat the wrong food, you don't feel right. If you don't get enough sleep, you don't feel right. If you don't hydrate right, you don't feel right. These things. So why deny that you can't keep track of your own health when you can? You know that better than any doctor or anybody else. Nobody can tell you how you feel but you, right? But sometimes we ignore a lot of things, and then we think, oh, well, that's normal, or that's how you're supposed to feel. Well, I'm here to tell you, don't listen to that. Think for yourself and learn to assess for yourself, and stop letting people think for you in terms of how you should feel about anything, okay, or think. And that's the problem today, right? So you got to be a critical thinker, and that's all part of your health, but you also got to question everything. I went to Legal Seafood tonight, and they're using canola oils. I'm like, no oils. We're cooking in butter my fish. I'm being insane this time of day. You're using canola oils at a so-called really good restaurant? Insane. It shouldn't even be allowed on the menu, okay? This is the stuff that's killing us. So you got to ask questions, especially when you eat out, right? You are what you eat. Hello there, hello. I can't see what your name is. Mugmen or something like that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, like I said, I walk every day. I go live. I'm doing the best I can. I wanted to in the winter, and my goal is to go to the mall. It didn't happen for a few months, and it really did throw me off. Unfortunately, sometimes life happens, right? And there's been many days since I've been walking live for like 3-4 months now that it's been tough, but I schedule it and I make it happen. I'm self-employed. I'm a balloon artist. Part of how I almost died, inflating the balloons by mouth. The pressure created a hiatal hernia. But I also run a convention. I'm a producer of a balloon convention in Vegas. And there's a lot of steps involved when you do these things. People don't realize it. So, and I'm a homeowner and I live alone, saying that kind of thing. So there's a lot of things you got to do. So the list doesn't end. And I don't know about you, whenever I do something, I do it thoroughly. Everything takes me a while. And researching things like my health, I take it seriously. Other people's health, ask me questions because I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And I didn't know that. So if you're watching this and you have some health things that you're working on and questions, again, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I'd love to hear your story and see if we can compare notes. And PubMed.gov is a great resource, and we can check it out together and see what you're going through. So I have friends that ask me questions about stuff, and what I do is I do research and I show them some of the facts for them to make up their own mind and do their own due diligence, like on PubMed.gov. But I always tell you, go to a doctor, but I always get a second opinion because they're not trained that well in nutrition at all. In medical school, it's very little, and a lot of them don't know what they're talking about. Now, I have a great doctor. She's good. She's a DO, and I showed her my ginger turmeric and muscadine. She was taking notes and writing it all down. So this looks really good, and asking me questions. And I have another doctor on my team, Dr. Pugh. He's in Utah, and he's an eye doctor. He wrote a book on how to reverse blindness naturally. He asked me questions, and he's a great friend, and I really appreciate him. So people that have titles, that's great. They're not God. They don't know everything. I don't know everything, right? And, just like years ago, they said, eggs are bad for you. We now know they're not. They say, oh, don't eat the yellow of the eggs. That's the best part. And eating it over, soft-boiled. That helps with the choline. It helps with building your muscles. It helps with the essential fatty acids, all that stuff. So a lot of information is incorrect, or it's studies they did with selective groups years ago. And then we find out things afterwards. So be a critical thinker and think for yourself and keep, not perfection, because there's nothing about perfection, but just keep at it and do the best you can do, right? So with that said, I'm glad everybody's here and making the decision to, be well. and making the decision to, you know, that, you know, your intentions are such that you choose to take your wellness quest to the next level. You choose to make a few decisions. You choose to understand that your health is your wealth, that this is not a dry run. This is it. This is it. Okay, each day matters, each second matters on how you live your life. So what you eat is what you become. What you think is what you become. Who you associate with is who you become. And how you think, and be a critical thinker. Always do your due diligence and cross your T's and dot your I's, question things, and get the right information so you understand what is going in your body, what you're eating, why people are getting so sick, okay, and what happens. When I put the pieces together from the Industrial Revolution, I tell people to stop calling me and they don't get it. Anyway, that's somebody that knows I go live on YouTube. And if I don't answer your call, there's a reason. Don't keep calling back, right? Anyway, thanks you guys for watching, and come walk with me around the world. Let's get healthy. Let's not be perfect, but let's do each other a favor, be accountable to each other as you can, and make that decision that you choose to be healthier than you can be. You choose to make your decisions. You choose to think for yourself and to get the right information and be educated about your wellness quest. Hit subscribe, the notification bell. Come walk me around the world. And again, we hit 216. Thanks to you guys. The goal is 250 right now. And want folks that are working on their wellness quest to let me know what you're working on. Let's do this together. Thanks so much, everybody. See you guys tomorrow. Over and out.